Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome! My name is Scott. This is my channel CineRam. I'm going to talk about some upcoming movies. And this background was very popular in one of my previous videos, so I thought I'd bring it back. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't been making many videos this year, but there's one video that I never miss out on, and that is what I'm looking forward to in the new year, 2025. It's almost here. And if you're watching this, a couple days after I made it, then it already is here. So let's talk about some of the movies that I'm most looking forward to seeing in the new year. We'll start with the MCU. I sure hope that that's forwards. Whenever I take selfies, I think I'm okay, actually. Oh, by the way, if you're curious about my glasses, they're reading glasses because I have notes on the back of these cards right here. So, in February, we're getting Anthony Mackie taking on the mantle of Captain America. The director is the guy who did Cloverfield Paradox, which I've never seen. I would assume that this would be better than that particular movie. I've not read good things about Cloverfield Paradox. Anyway, Anthony Mackie, of course, playing Sam Wilson, formerly known as the Falcon, now known as Captain America with wings. He's going to be dealing with some stuff involving a celestial that was about to burst out of the earth at the end of the Eternals. Also Harrison Ford as the president, Giancarlo Esposito, and Liv Tyler is coming back. Is she playing her character from The Incredible Hulk, Betty? Betsy Ross? No, not Betsy Ross. It's got to be Betty, right? It has to be Betty. Anyway, that's coming out in February. The next one would be the Thunderbolts, with an asterisk. I'm not sure. I guess they'll explain what that means. Thunderbolts is a team of anti-heroes, I guess. The director is the guy who did Robot and Frank and Paper Towns. His name is Jake Schreier, I think. Anyway, it's being headlined by Florence Pugh as Yelena, Natasha Romanoff's adopted sister, and David Harbour, of course. David Harbour, excuse me, as the Russian version of Captain America, I guess, and Sebastian Stan as Bucky, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who's made a couple of appearances in the MCU TV shows, and one of the movies. Yeah, she popped up at the end of Black Widow as well. Had a chat with Yelena, so she's in it too. That one could be better, but who knows? We will see. We've also got Fantastic Four: First Steps. This is the first Fantastic Four movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is cool. It supposedly takes place in the 1960s. The director is Matt Shankman, who had directed some of the WandaVision episodes. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Pedro Pascal plays Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby plays Sue Storm. A guy named Eben Moss Bachman plays Ben Grimm, and Johnny Storm is played by Joseph Quinn. I'm not familiar with the third and fourth actors there. I've not seen them in anything as far as I know, except that one of them might have been in one of the Planet of the Apes movies. I'm not really sure. And one of them is on The Bear, I think. Could be the same guy in both of those things. Anyway, I don't know them, actually. Also, John Malkovich is in this movie. Julia Garner, I think, is playing one of the Silver Surfers from comics lore. And Galactus is voiced by a guy named Ralph Ineson. I'm not sure who he is. I think he's English. Apparently he's got a very deep voice, so that's good. It's important for a guy as big as Galactus to have a deep voice. So that is in July, and there could be another MCU movie in November. But originally it was Blade with Mahershala Ali that was going to come out there, but they haven't even started shooting that movie. They don't have a script done. They don't have a director. So if we do get an MCU movie in November, it won't be that one. It'll be something that they're making right now, but they haven't announced yet. We'll see. A couple more franchise installments. We have the hopefully final version of Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. They'll probably continue on the franchise if this one's a big hit with someone else, but they really are sort of making this sound like it's going to be the last one in the series, which makes it number 8. And Tom Cruise is, what, like 65 now? No, I don't think he's 65. He's not quite that old, but he's over 60 at this point. He's still doing all those stunts, most of the people, I think, that survived the 7th movie are coming back for this one. Nick Offerman is being added to the cast, Hannah Waddingham, Janet McTeer, along with the usual guys. And the director is once again Christopher McQuarrie, who has directed Mission Impossibles 5 through 1, which makes him similar to David Yates. David Yates directed 5 through 8 with the Harry Potter series, and McQuarrie is following suit, I guess. But they work really well. Tom Cruise and McQuarrie, they enjoy each other's work very much, so he keeps bringing them back. In July, we're getting Superman. We're getting a brand new Superman. James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy, is taking over DC, and he is directing the first new Superman movie. A guy named David Corenswet from the movie Twisters. He is playing Superman and Clark Kent. Rachel Brosnahan, aka the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, she's playing Lois Lane. Nathan Fillion is playing one of the Green Lanterns, and Nicholas Hoult is playing Lex Luthor. And James Gunn, he's pretty solid, so could be a fun movie. That's coming out in July. In October, we're getting something that I didn't think I'd ever see. Another Tron movie. Tron Ares. This is directed by one of the guys who did the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, which is the last of the Pirates movies to come out. It came out in 2017. He's also the director, co-director, I'm not sure which, of the Maleficent sequel, Maleficent Mistress of Evil, which I don't think I've seen. I saw the first one, but not... At least I think I did. I'm not really sure. I didn't see them in the theater in any way, so they don't stick in memory as well as the ones that I just caught on video later on. The cast includes Jared Leto, Gillian Anderson, and Greta Lee from the acclaimed independent drama Past Lives. And also possibly Jeff Bridges, but not sure about that. I'm pretty sure that the main characters from the original Tron sequel, Tron Legacy, Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde are not in this movie, but who knows? I mean, they could pop in at the last minute. You know how some studios are about, putting in last-minute cameos from legacy actors who have been in the previous movies. Another sequel that I really, really did not expect to see, a sequel to The Accountant with Ben Affleck as the super math genius with autism, who's also a badass. He knows how to shoot, he knows how to fight. He kicked a bunch of butts in the first Accountant movie. I really enjoyed that movie up until the end. I thought the end was pretty lame. But up until that point, I like it, so I'm hoping this one will be better. The same director, Gavin O'Connor, is coming back to helm this one. J.K. Simmons is coming back. John Bernthal is coming back. And Cynthia Ade Robinson, who played Agent Medina, working under J.K. Simmons, is also back. Don't know what the plot is, but it's exciting to see another Accountant movie. That's pretty cool. Now, here are a couple of untitled movies. I just wanted to go over some of these because although they I don't know a lot about what the stories are, the premise, or, obviously, of course, the title. But I do have some information about some of these, and they could be out before the end of the year. We've got a new film from Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Regina Hall, Sean Penn, and Alana Haim, who played one of the leads in Licorice Pizza. Catherine Bigelow has a new film with Rebecca Ferguson, Idris Elba, and Greta Lee again from Past Lives. Cool, she's having a moment. Noah Baumbach has a new film coming out with George Clooney, Adam Sandler, Greta Gerwig, Laura Dern, and Jim Broadbent. Alejandro Giannaratu, who directed Birdman and The Revenant, he's got a film with Tom Cruise, John Goodman, Jesse Plemons, and Sandra Hüller, who played the lead in Anatomy of a Fall, a movie I liked very much. We've also got untitled movies coming up from Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan, but they won't be out until 2026 for sure. They've scheduled them for summer of that year. So we won't get those yet, but they're on the way. Next, a few runners-up. Before I get to my top 10 most anticipated, a few other things that I'm looking forward to. Anne Lee, this was just announced very recently. It's a musical, apparently, and it was directed by Mona Fostvold, who is the director of The Sleepwalker, one of my very favorite movies from 2014, and Leave the World Behind, which is a period drama that she did a few years after that. And she is the co-writer of the new period drama The Brutalist with Adrian Brody, which has been getting a lot of praise, and I'm really excited to see that one. She is the director of this movie. It is a musical, apparently. It stars Amanda Seyfried, Thomasin McKenzie, and Tim Blake Nelson. That's all I know about it, but could be good. Could be good. Next, we have a film from Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's called The Bride. It is a variation on Bride of Frankenstein. Maggie Gyllenhaal previously directed a drama called The Last Daughter, which I haven't seen, but I like Maggie Gyllenhaal very much, so I'm hoping that this will be good too. Christian Bale, I believe, is playing the monster, and Jesse Buckley from the Alex Garland film Men is playing the bride. So we'll see how that goes. Peter Sarsgaard is in it, Annette Bening, Penelope Cruz, Julianne Hough, who is mostly a host on Dancing with the Stars, but she's an actor as well. And possibly Jake Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal's brother, popping up. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know who's playing Dr. Frankenstein. That hasn't been made public yet. I'm not really sure. But that could be exciting. A new film from Ethan Coen. Ethan Coen's last film was one that he did without his brother Joel. It was Drive-Away Dolls, which he co-wrote with his wife. I'm not sure what her involvement is, but it's a new film that he's directing with Margaret Qualley, who was also in Drive-Away Dolls. She's starring in this one. Aubrey Plaza and Chris Evans are also in it. Don't know a thing about it, except it sounds like a comedy. With a title like that, it's probably a comedy. Next we have Lear Rex. This is an adaptation of the Shakespeare play King Lear, which I'm not really familiar with the storyline, so I'm going to be going into this one pretty cold. The director of this movie is Bernard Rose, who is the director of the original Candyman horror movie from 1992, and Immortal Beloved, which is a biopic of Ludwig van Beethoven starring Gary Oldman, which I thought was very, very good. He is reuniting with Tony Todd. Tony Todd is in this cast. Oh, no, I'm sorry. My mistake. Bernard Rose also directed a movie called Traveling Light with Tony Todd. But I don't know that he's in the new movie. Rachel Brosnahan popping up once again. She's in this movie along with Jessica Chastain, Peter Dinklage, Al Pacino, Lakeith Stanfield, Ted Levine, and Ariana DeBose from the Spielberg West Side Story. They're all in this movie. Like I said, I don't know what the story of King Lear is, but with that director and that cast, I'm excited. Mickey 17, the new film from Bong Joon-ho. This is going to be coming out pretty soon, in March. They've moved the date of release around, but last I heard it's coming out in March. Bong Joon-ho, of course, is the director of Parasite, which won Best Picture. He's the director of Snowpiercer. He's the director of a really cool monster movie called The Host, which he did in South Korea. The main characters in this one are Robert Pattinson, Stephen Yeun, Nomi Aki, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, and the trailer's already out, so you know it's about a guy that gets cloned over and over again to do dangerous jobs. It's a science fiction movie. I think it takes place on another planet, or maybe it takes place on Earth. He's just doing dangerous jobs, and he dies quite often. So Mickey number 17 is basically the character we follow as the protagonist in this movie. That's exciting. It's exciting. It's a good trailer, too. And now, for my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025. First, we have a director double feature. Paul Feig has potentially 2 movies coming out. Paul Feig is the director, of course, of Bridesmaids. He has The Housemaid. This one stars Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. And we also have another interesting sequel, A Simple Favor 2. I didn't think I'd ever see a sequel to this movie. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, as well as some of the other people in that cast, are both coming back. I really, really like A Simple Favor a lot. It's a very funny mystery. And yeah, it's going to have a part 2, so that's cool. Animal Farm. Animal Farm is an animated movie, although I'm not sure what kind of animation it is. What I know is that it is being directed by Andy Serkis, who, in addition to playing Gollum and Caesar in the Planet of the Apes movies, also is a director. He directed the drama Breathe with Andrew Garfield. He directed the most recent Venom movie, which he also was in, I think. I can't remember if he was... I didn't actually see the new Venom movie, so I don't know. Anyway, but Animal Farm is a George Orwell novel, and it's getting this animated adaptation. Apparently it's about political... It's a whole analogy for political fascism and things like that. We don't know who is going to be in the cast of this movie other than Andy Serkis. But I can tell you that the screenplay was worked on not only by Andy Serkis and Rupert Wyatt, who directed a couple of those Planet of the Apes movies that Serkis was in, but also Nicholas Stoller. That's all I know about that so far. But that's exciting. That's an exciting project. Eddington. Eddington is the new film from Ari Aster, who directed Hereditary and Midsommar and Beau is Afraid. Joaquin Phoenix is coming back for this movie. Emma Stone is in it, Pedro Pascal, and Austin Butler. Not sure what the story is, but Ari Aster's a guy to watch. Next we have Roofman. Roofman is directed by Derek Cianfrance, who's probably best known for directing the drama Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams, but he also made one of my favorite movies of 2013, The Place Beyond the Pines. And after that he did The Light Between Oceans, which had Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander in it. And that was the movie I think they met on. They're married now. So this new movie, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the story is. Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Peter Dinklage, Juno Temple, Lakeith Stanfield again, Tony Revolori, Melanie Diaz, and Ben Mendelsohn are all in the cast. That's something to look forward to. At least I am. We have another double feature from a director on the horizon. Richard Linklater's potentially 2 movies coming out. First, we have Nouvelle Vague, and I'm not sure, but this movie could be entirely in French because it's about the making of Breathless, a film that Jean-Luc Godard directed in the 60s. It's a very, very seminal work. The cast is almost completely French except for Zoe Deutsch, who of course has been in a lot of stuff the last few years. She's playing Jean Seberg, the actress who appeared in Breathless. If she knows French, then I guess she'll be speaking in French too. I guess we'll see. But that is the first of 2 potential Richard Linklater movies. The other one being Blue Moon. Blue Moon is about a lyricist named Lorenz Hart. He co-wrote some classic tunes like Lady is a Tramp, My Funny Valentine, and of course Blue Moon itself. The character is being played by Ethan Hawke, who is a frequent collaborator with Richard Linklater. Who else is in this movie? Margaret Qualley, again, she's doing a lot of stuff lately. Bobby Cannavale and Andrew Scott. And apparently it is coming out in May, and it's about the opening night of Oklahoma. Oklahoma the musical, the stage musical, which I've seen and is awesome, so that's really cool. Wake Up Dead Man is the latest Knives Out movie. Ryan Johnson, of course, directed Knives Out and Glass Onion, and this is the 3rd one with Daniel Craig as Ben White Blanc, solving a complicated mystery involving a big cast of characters, including Kerry Washington, Glenn Close, Kaylee Spaney, Mila Kunis, Josh O'Connor, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin, Thomas Hayden Church, and Andrew Scott, again. And maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt will pop up, but not sure about that. Anyway, that'll probably be coming out close to the end of the year, like the other 2. That's exciting. A new David Cronenberg is on the horizon, The Shrouds. This one's screened at a couple of film festivals recently. Vincent Cassel, who worked with Cronenberg a couple times already, is in the cast, along with Diane Kruger from Inglourious Basterds and Guy Pearce. Don't know exactly when it's coming out, but it probably will be out this year, given that it's finished, I think. Caught Stealing is the new film from Darren Aronofsky. I didn't really care for The Whale all that much, but he's made a bunch of movies that I like a lot, and so I'm excited for this one. It sounds like a heist thriller. I guess we'll see. Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Liev Schreiber, Regina King, Vincent D'Onofrio, Matt Smith, Griffin Dunn, and Bad Bunny are in the cast of this movie. Caught Stealing. That will probably be out this year. A new film also from director Shane Black, who is best known for The Nice Guys and Iron Man 3 and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and of course he wrote Lethal Weapon and The Last Boy Scout and The Long Kiss Goodnight. I'm a fan of Shane Black. I like his style. I like his dialogue quite a lot. Characters in his movies do great insults. So Mark Wahlberg is the main character. Rosa Salazar, who played Alita Battle Angel, has been in a bunch of other films. She's very, very good. She's gorgeous as well. I just, love looking at her. Lakeith Stanfield, again, he's in it, along with Nat Wolff, who was in Patriots Day, and Tony Shalhoub, Keegan-Michael Key, and Thomas Jane, who are both in The Predator, which Shane Black directed. I didn't like that one, but whatever. That one is going to be an Amazon Prime movie, but it could get a theatrical release as well. That's exciting. And finally, number 1, yet another director double feature. And this one it seems pretty certain to me that both of these movies will come out. First, we have Presence, which is coming out in January. It is a supernatural story starring Lucy Liu and Julia Fox. And we have Black Bag, which is a spy thriller starring Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. And both these movies are directed by one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, Steven Soderbergh. Most of his recent movies have gone to either Netflix or the Max streaming service, but these are both going to be in theaters. This one in January and this one in March, which is really, really exciting to see Soderbergh back in theaters. For me, it's like Scorsese, Fincher, and Soderbergh. Those are my 3 favorite guys, and so that is the movies that I'm looking forward to. Of course, there's going to be other stuff that I'm not aware of that's going to be exciting, but from what I know so far, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, that's all I got for now. Didn't want to miss this. You know, there's, you know, I mean, obviously I'm always looking forward to upcoming films, but those are the ones that are on my list. So thanks very much for watching. Take it easy.